Welcome to another lesson in General Mathematics. In this lesson, you will learn how to solve rational equations. In solving rational equations, it is very important that you can identify the least common denominator of rational expressions. So how do we easily identify the least common denominator of rational expressions? For example, find the LCD of 1 divided by x and 1 divided by y. So take note that we have the denominators x and y. So how to identify the denominators, the least common denominators of x and y? First, you have to check each denominator if it is expressed in simplest form. So here, x is already in simplest form. Also, y is in simplest form. So if they are already in simplest form, the LCD is simply the product of the two denominators. So our LCD is simply x times y. So let's proceed how to solve rational equations by this given example. So we have here the rational equation x minus 6 divided by x plus 3 plus 2x over x minus 3, which is equal to 4x plus 3 divided by x plus 3. So in solving rational equations, we are looking for the values of x which will make our equation true. So ano po ang value ng x? Ano ba ang value ng x natin dito para mag-equal siya sa equation natin sa kabilang side? So here we are looking for the solutions. In other words, we're looking for the values of x that will make our statement true. So to solve this rational equation, first, you have to simply follow this rule. So we have the first, in solving for the rational equations, you have to find the LCD. So in finding LCD, first we have to identify our denominators, and these are x plus 3, x minus 3, and x plus 3. So to find for the least common denominators, first we have to identify ano yung umuulit na denominator or yung dumoble. We have to eliminate the repeating denominator. So we have here x plus 3, x minus 3, and x plus 3. So notice that x plus 3 is repeating. So therefore, we will eliminate the other one, which is x plus 3. Therefore, meron na lang tayong x plus 3 and x minus 3. So therefore, the LCD for this equation is or are x plus 3, the quantity of x plus 3, and x minus 3. So notice that the LCD are simply the two denominators which are different. So not common. Hindi natin sinulat yung x plus 3 because common na meron na tayong x plus 3 here. So therefore, again, the LCD for this rational equation are the x plus 3 and x minus 3. So previously, we simply multiply the two distinct factors or the two different factors. So after identifying the LCD, so the second step is we multiply each side of the equation by the LCD. So remember, this is our equation, the given equation. So we simply multiply the whole equation by the LCD, which are x plus 3 and x minus 3. So to do that, in multiplying the equation by the LCD, we simply distribute the factors or the LCD to each term. So we have here x minus 6 divided over x plus 3 multiplied by our LCD. Copy plus. So we simply distribute the LCD by each factor to each factor, and we will use the multiplication. So after we distribute the LCD to each term in our equation, we then simplify each expression. So to simplify, we have here the butterfly method. So you have to simply crisscross or draw butterfly wings, or simply spot or draw a line in cross in X form. So we have here to multiply the LCD by our rational equation, we simply divide the LCD by the denominator of our rational equation, and we have to identify the common factor. So here the common factor is x plus 3 and x plus 3. So we cancel out the common factor. The remaining factors are x minus 3 and x minus 6. So proceed to the next. Here we still apply the butterfly method. So observe that the common factors are x minus 3. So we cancel it out. The remaining factors, factors are x plus 3 and 2x. And on the other side, we simply copy equal sign. So draw butterfly wings. So observe that the common factors are x plus 3 and x plus 3. So we cancel out x plus 3. The remaining factors are 4x plus 3 and x minus 3. After simplifying the equation, we do the operations here. So we have x times x is x squared, x times negative 6 is negative 6x, negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 6 is positive 18. Okay, next, we simply copy plus. We have here, next, y2x squared plus 6x, because 2 times 2x is 2x squared, 3 times 2x is 6x. We proceed to the next side. So we have 4x times x is equal to 4x squared. 4x times negative 3 is equal to negative 12x. Plus positive 3 times x is positive 3x, and positive 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Next, we simply combine like terms. So we have here like terms such as x squared and 2x squared, negative 9x. Where did we get negative 9x? And negative 6x minus 3x is equal to negative 9x. We also combine it with the like term plus 6x. We also have 18. And on the other side, we simplify. We can already simplify. Negative 12x plus 3x is equal to negative 9x, and copy negative 9. Next, we combine like terms. X squared plus 2x is equal to 3x squared. Negative 9x plus 6x is equal to negative 3x, and simply copy 18. Here we also have like terms on the other side, so we simply transpose it or transfer it to the left side. And take note, kapag lumipat sila sa kabilang side, mag-iiba na ang kanilang sign. Or simply we equate here the equation to 0. So to do that, we have our positive 4x squared will become negative 4x squared. Our negative 9x will become positive 9x when transferred here. And negative 9 will become positive 9. And of course, the right side will be equal to 0. So take note that we equate the equation to 0. And next, we have to combine like terms. So we have like terms. We have like terms such as 3x squared and negative 4x squared. 3x squared minus 4x squared is negative 8x squared. Negative 3x plus 9x is equal to positive 6x. And 18 plus 9 is equal to positive 27. And that is equal to 0. Observe that the quadratic equation has a positive leading term. So, hanggat maaari, ang ating leading term ay positive. So, simply multiply the whole equation by negative 1 para ang ating negative nang sa gayon ang ating leading term ay magiging positive. So, to do that, simply change negative to positive. And, of course, the second term will be negative, and the third term will be negative. So, that is also equal to 0. So, next is we have to simplify this quadratic equation. Simplify by factoring. So we have to identify the factors of this quadratic expression, and these are x plus 3 and x minus 9. I know we have already discussed how to factor quadratic polynomials or equation or quadratic expressions, and that is also equal to 0. Now notice that we have simplified our equation by finding the factors of our quadratic equation. So after looking for the factors, now that it is already in the simplest form, we will have to solve for the value of x to determine the solutions of our equation. So to do that, we proceed. We solve for the x to determine the solutions of the equation. Take note that these are the factors that we have determined from the previous solution. So these are x plus 3 and x minus 9. That is equal to 0. First, we have to identify the first factor, which is x plus 3, and equate it with 0. So x plus 3 is equal to 0. So we have to identify the value of x. So, para makuha natin ang value ng x, kailangan natin ma-eliminate si positive 3. So gagawin natin siyang 0 para maalis siya sa para makuha natin yung value ng x. So, ma-eliminate natin yung positive 3 by simply subtracting 3 or adding minus 3. So, 3 minus 3 of course is 0. So, the remaining variable on this side is of course x. Take note, kung anong ginawa natin sa kabilang side, ganun din ang gagawin natin sa kabilang side para equal sila. That is the power of equal sign. So, we simply copy 0. So, nag-deduct tayo ng 3 sa kabilang side. So, we also deduct 3 on this right side. So, we have the value of x now as negative 3. So, that is the first value of x, and we call it this x sub 1. Next, we have the other factor, which is x minus 9, which is equal to 0. So, we also we will look for the value of x. So, kailangan nating ma-eliminate ang negative 9. So, para ma-eliminate na yan, we simply add positive 9, and that would be equal to 0. So, the remaining variable is already x. So, kung anong ginawa natin sa kabilang side, ganun din ang gagawin natin sa kabilang side. So, simply add 9 because we added 9 on the left side. So, the value of x is equal to 9, and this is the value of our x, the second value of our x, which is x sub 2 equal to 9. So, to check if the answers are correct, we simply substitute the value of x to the original equation. So, this would be our third or the last step. So, take note that we have two values of x. The first one is negative 3, and the other one is positive 9. So, we will check if these are the solutions to the equation. So, first we have if x is negative 3. Let's try if x is negative 3. We will see if negative 3 is the solution to our equation. So, substituting the value of negative x by negative 3. So, nawala na yung mga x. It were all replaced by negative 3. So, we have here the new equation. So, simplify. We have, before that, notice that the denominators, negative 3 plus 3 and negative 3 plus 3 will give us the result of 0. Take note that in rational expression, the denominator must not be equal to 0 para hindi siya maging undefined. So, therefore, we can conclude that negative 3 is not a solution because it would make some rational expressions undefined. So, again, bawal, isa sa mga rules sa rational expression na maging 0 ang denominator. So again here, negative 3 plus 3 is already 0. That will make it undefined. Also sa kabilang side, negative 3 plus 3 is already 0 and it is already undefined. So therefore, hindi pwedeng maging negative 3 ang value ng x. So hindi siya solution sa ating equation. Okay, so we also call it extraneous solution. So in other words, negative 3 is fake. Although it is the other factor in our previous solution, pero magiging 0 ang denominator niya. So again, hindi siya solution sa equation. So meron pa tayong other value of x, which is positive 9. So we will try if this is the solution that we are looking for by simply substitute the value of 9 to your x sa lahat ng x. Okay, so simplify. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 plus 3 is 12. Copy plus sign or addition sign. 2 times 9 is 18. 9 minus 3 is 6. Copy equal sign. 4 times 9 is 36 plus 3 is divided by or over 9 plus 3, which is 12. So we have to simplify. We will use the butterfly method para mas madali yung ating pag-solve. So we simply have here we have to multiply this side. 3 times 6 is equal to 18. On the other side, 18 times 12 is equal to 216. And sa ilalim, the two denominators, 12 times 6, simply multiply. 12 times 6 is equal to 72. So, paano natin i-present yan? So, we have here. So, the two numerators, simply put it also on the numerator place. So 18 plus 2, 16. Also the denominators will become also the denominator. 72 will become also the denominator. And simply simplify this part. 36 plus 3 is 39 divided by 12. So simplify. 18 plus 2, 16 is 234 divided by 72. And we also have 39 divided by 12. Now take note that we can simplify 234 over 72. The least common factor, the greatest common factor of 234 and 72 is 6. So 234 divided by 6 is 39. And sorry, but this is not 72, but 72 divided by 6 is 12. Okay, so 39 divided by 12 or 39 over 12, they are both equal. Therefore, we can conclude that 9, x is equal to 9, or 9 is the solution to the equation. So, this is the true solution to our equation. So, the answer for number 1 is simply 9. This is the solution that we're looking for. Next, we have example number 2. So, we have here this equation. Now, we have to follow the rules again in solving rational equation. So, first is we have to find the LCD. First, let us check if the denominators are already in simplest form. So, we have the denominators x squared minus 8x plus 15, x minus 5, and x minus 3. So, take note. Observe that x squared minus our first denominator, x squared minus 8x plus 15, is not in its standard form or it's not in its lowest form. So we have to simplify this by factoring. So identify the factors of this expression, and these are x minus 3 and x minus 5. Okay? So also we have the other denominators, x minus 5 and x minus 3. The next step is we have to check what are the factors that are repeating or dumoble. Eliminate natin yung mga dumoble. So since we have here x minus 3 and x minus 5, x minus 5 is repeating. Dumoble na siya. So, we have to eliminate that one. Also, the x minus 3. So, ang natitirang denominators natin na walang katulad or walang kapares are x minus 3 and x minus 5. And the LCD of our equation is simply the two factors, x minus 3 and x minus 5. So, our step 2 is simply multiply each side of the equation by the LCD. So, this is the equation, the given equation. We simply multiply each side by the LCD and distribute the LCD to each term. So, we have the first term, 7x plus 3 over the quantity of x minus 3 times x minus 5. We have to copy the addition sign. So, we have the second term multiplied by the LCD and copy equal sign. We have this side, we have to multiply negative 1 over x minus 3. Next, simplify each term or each equation, yes. So here, we have here 7x plus 3. Why? Because look at on this side, we have to look on this side what factors are common. So the common are x minus 3, so cancel x minus 3. Also x minus 5, so we can cancel both factors. And the remaining, we have here the remaining terms, which are 7x plus 3, or the remaining term 7x plus 3. Next, we have here the second terms. So the common factors are x minus 5. So cancel out x minus 5 and the remaining terms are x minus 3 and 3x. So multiply the two. So the operation is still multiplication. So copy equal side. On this side, the common factor is x minus 3. So cancel out x minus 3 and the remaining terms are x minus 5 and negative 1. So we have to simplify. Simply copy. Since we cannot combine the two, simply copy 7x plus 3. And we multiply this part. We have to multiply. So that is x times 3x is 3x squared. Negative 3 times 3x, negative 3 times 3x is equal to negative 9x. On this side, copy equal sign. So simplify. X minus 5, x times negative 1 is negative x. Negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5. That's why we have negative x plus 5. So combine like terms. We have 7x plus 3. Okay, simplify. Next, on this side, we have to transfer it to the next side, to the left side, para maging equal siya sa 0, or so that we can also combine like terms. So take note that negative x becomes positive x, positive 5 becomes negative 5, and that is equal to 0. So combine like terms. First, we will write the first term with the highest exponent, and that is 3x squared. So wala siyang ka-like term, so simply copy 3x squared. Next, we have 7x and negative 9 minus 9x plus x, the like terms. We also have plus 3 minus 5, that is equal to 0. So kung master mo na or magaling ka dito, you can directly solve without using or without this step. So pwede kang dumiretso sa final answer. Okay? So we simply bring down 3x squared, and we have here like term 7x minus 9x plus x. We also have 3 minus 5. Okay? So 7x minus 9x is negative 2x, and again 7x minus 9x is equal to negative 2x. So negative 2x plus negative 2x plus x is equal to negative x. Next, we have positive 3 minus 5, and that is equal to minus 2 or negative 2 equal to 0. So observe that our resulting equation here is in the form of quadratic equation or quadratic we have here. Yes, this is a quadratic equation. So we have to simplify this by factoring. We have to look for factors. So simplify by identifying the factors, and the factors are 3x plus 2 times the quantity of x minus 1, that is equal to 0. So we have to solve for x. So first we have to solve for x for this factor. So we have to equate it to 0. 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we're looking for the value of x. So kailangan natin ma-eliminate ang plus 2 here. So para ma-eliminate siya so that it will become 0, we simply subtract 2. So that is minus 2. And that is equal to 0. So the remaining element here or term here is 3x. So simply copy equal sign, bring down 0. So kung anong ginawa natin sa kabila, ganun din yung gagawin natin dito sa side na to. So if we subtracted 2 on the left side, we also subtract 2 on the right side. So 3x is equal to negative 2. So again, we need to find for the value of x. So kailangan natin i-eliminate ang 3 na kasama ng x. So to eliminate 3, we divide it by 3 so that we can cancel 3. The remaining is x. So if we divide 3 on the left side, we also divide 3 on the right side. So the value of x therefore is negative 2/3. Next, we have here x minus 2, which is equal to 0. So again, eliminate negative 2 by simply adding positive 2. That would make it 0. So the remaining term is x, that is equal to 0, and add 2 also. So x is equal to positive 2. So therefore, so if you want to check if these two equations, or if these two values of x are the solutions to the equations, so simply substitute the value of x to the original equation. So one at a time. So try negative 2/3 and also try positive 2. So again, if the resulting equation is 0, if the denominator will become 0, so that is not the solution to the problem. So if these two x's, if ang dalawang value ng x na to are the solutions, therefore we can have two solutions to our equation. So it's your turn. So identify the solutions to the following equations. We have equation 1 and equation 2. You can review the steps how to solve for rational equations. So that's all for now. So thank you for watching.